Well, I pulled this fresh out of the mailbox today. This is how the mail lady bundles them. So let's just see what we got. This is the newest batch, so again, I can gauge how long it took these items to get here. Up first, electronic components with no commercial value. Today, let's go with a black bag opener. Okay, what do we have here to start this off? Something in bubble wrap. Oh, crystals! Hey, so I recently ordered crystals. What for? I don't remember, but maybe the value on them will remind me. They are all 3.579545, I think. And I think this has something to do with video division frequencies. And let's just go look it up and stop guessing. 5 pieces, 3.579545 megahertz. Crystal HC49 package from Survey 2014, 99 cents. I don't remember exactly what made me buy this, but it is a frequency used in NTSC video color burst generation. So who knows what I had in mind, but when the thought comes back to me, I'll be ready. Excitingly enough, this one is called modules, not module. Modules, plural. Okay then, what do we have? Foam wrapped goodness, and there are two of them, whatever they are. Are they the same? Are they... No, there's three! Are they different? Are they the same? Oh, I just got poked by one. Arr! Alright, how do you open? It's got staples, that's what poked me. Okay, let's go across the corner, seems safe. This is the toughest package I've opened. Okay, finally. Where what? Where intriguing jumpers for the address. The answer lies in the chip, always in the chip. PCF8574T. Let's go check that out. PCF8574 I2C 8-bit I/O GPIO expander module for Arduino and Raspberry Pi. From Top Electronic 1980, $1.74 for the blue. Or a different version, a red one for $1.29. I did not get that. I didn't really care for this form factor with these dip switches. I prefer this layout with those jumpers for the address, as well as if this is actually a pass-through board end to board end connector, it allows more expandability than this one appears to be just a dead end single expander. I guess you could always add your own jumper connections and put a bunch of these together, but I like the other one. It's all ready to go as is. So because it has 3 address select pins, you can stack 8 of these on the one bus and get 64 I/O if you want. And here's the I/O expander chip. You can run 2.5 to 6 volts power supply. It's relatively straightforward. There's your 8-bit I/O, your I2C interface, and the address select. And depending what power supply you are using, here's where you figure out your input logic high and low thresholds. So if you're running on 5 volts, a logic high in will be registered when the input voltage is at least 0.7 times 5 volts, and a logic low input will be registered if you've dropped down to 0.3 times 5 volts or lower. I thought I was missing some information in this datasheet about the output high and low voltage levels, but I found these charts, and so it looks like they are saying depending on if you're sinking current or sourcing current, they give multiple charts for different temperatures at different supply voltages, 2.5, 3.3, 5, etc. So they say if you're going to sink 6 milliamps, then your output low voltage is going to give you 0.2 volts. If you're sinking more current, you're going to have more voltage on your output low. Same thing for the output high voltage level. They're showing different sourcing currents and what your output high is going to be based on how much current you're sourcing. So all the info is in here, I guess, but you might have to jump around the datasheet trying to gather all the info. Up next, electrical equipment and supplies. Okay, I'm not sure where I can cut. Let's try right along the edge. See what happens. I'm in, and oh, slider pot knobs. I said I ordered more of those. Okay, let's open this. Already I know this is way too big. Look at that. One could do two here. But in the meantime, would it fit on here if these were not all side by side? So if I only had an individual potentiometer, this might work, but not when they're together like this. 10 black slide potentiometer mixer fader knobs, 19 millimeters by 12 by 4 shaft TS from TRS Seller 2012. 10 of these, $3.08. So they give the important thing. They are plastic. They're for slide pots. They fit a 4 millimeter shaft, so that would be the width of the shaft. And here's the length and the width of the knob and thickness. They look retro to me, and they're big, bulky, and I just thought that'd be nice to have around. Especially if I build a project one day and I actually want something like this, I'll have it in a drawer. Screwdriver times 2. Well, that's interesting. What is in here? When they say screwdriver, they could mean supercapacitor for all we know, right? Oh, close. Spudgers, metal spudgers. That's close to a screwdriver. It could also have been a spoon for ice cream. Yep, Spudger times 2. So obviously a spudger is for spudging. Sometimes you need to pry into something gently and you don't want to damage anything, so you might use plastic. Maybe you need a flat edge, a pointy edge. Sometimes you need a flat, thinner edge and you kind of want something more sturdy so you can pry better. So I thought that's a good idea to get. I am always trying to spudge stuff, and sometimes a screwdriver is just not the right tool. Metal Spudger Pry Repair Opening Toolkit for Smartphone Laptop from Ms. Chenky Store 2. That does not sound like somebody I've bought from before. These are 99 cents each, and I bought 2. Made for iPod, iPad, iPhone. Well, I just thought I'll use it for any number of things, but yeah. Eventually, maybe I'll have a whole collection of spudgers, just like screwdrivers with different tips on them. Then you've got a tool for the job when you need it. They are saying this is a special design for opening screen, so I'm not sure myself, but I'll find lots of uses for this. Another one called module, but they spelled it module. So now I am intrigued. Is this like a fancy module or something? Oh, it's got a cable that can't wait to get loose. Okay, what is in here? All right. I've been waiting for this. A capacitive soil moisture sensor. And it has a harness on it. Because this is masked, the electrodes are not exposed copper, supposedly you can throw this in the ground or a pot of dirt, whatever, and capacitively measure the soil moisture and minimize the chance of corroding your sensor leads. Now, I'm not sure about the edges of the board do we need to run a coat of nail polish or epoxy, but otherwise, yeah, protected electrodes for soil monitoring. It is August after all, and maybe there'll be a lawn auto watering project coming up. Don't know if I can get that done in time for this season, but nothing stops me from working on it. I can use a flower pot or something in the house. Is that a 555 timer that we're looking at here? Does this use the capacitive sensor as part of an RC timing circuit? Capacitive soil moisture sensor version 1.2, corrosion resistant plus analog sensor cable from World Chips, $2.32. So it comes with the cable and it has a 555 circuit on it. You stick that straight into the soil and it's got solder mask on it, so it protects the electrodes and uses a capacitive approach instead of a resistive approach to measure the soil moisture. It can run 3.3 to 5.5 volts, and the output voltage is from 0 to 3 volts. Insert it into soil and impress your friends. And so, analog output, 0 to 3 volts. I take it this will be somehow proportional to the moisture level, which will change the dielectric on this capacitor, as opposed to just a simple RC timing circuit where you're changing the frequency and counting pulses over a certain amount of time or something. So I look forward to hooking this up and maybe scoping it out, see how it works. I feel like that went a bit too quickly. Let's throw in one more. I'm pretty sure this has been sitting around for months, whatever it is. I'm not even going to flip it over and see if there's a description. Let's just go for it. All right, this feels relatively like a safe spot. What is this? Oh, more Spudger stuff? Well, that's a coincidence. Okay. So, well, that kind of looks like a set of construction renovation tools like pry bars and... Oh! Okay, yeah, it is a pry bar. I was going to make a joke here, but I think this is automotive. So, you know, for spudging your way in and out of all the various trim things on the interior of a car. Car door trim removal tool, pry panel dash radio body clip installer kit, 4 pieces. From US launch. 99 cents. And here we are. All these uses. You need to pry off various car trim parts. Tools like this apparently will do the job without scuffing up everything. Oh, and there's somewhat of a little instructional manual here. Although it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, these real pictures are better. And here's the sizes of the tools. I ordered this one apparently on February 23rd this year. So, now being August, this was sitting here for months. I'm not sure how long it took. Let's run down the list. The capacitive soil probe I ordered on June 30th, so that took about a month. The GPIO expander was ordered May 16, so that's 2.5 months this took. Considering all of these came bundled with elastics last couple of days, this is a good opportunity to see how long these all took. These potentiometer slider knobs were ordered April 24th and they only had just come. These crystals were ordered March 13 and only just came. So no wonder I forgot why I wanted them. And these metal spudgers were ordered May 16. I'm going to try to pay more attention now to how long things take, because if I really do want to get something quickly, it would be nice to know who I can count on. As time goes on and I receive more shipments that I am tracking more closely, we'll see if certain sellers do tend to be slower with their shipping. Alright, so we have some more slider pot knobs, some crystals, some modules, sensor, spudger, pry bar spudger, automotive tools. A good mix of handy things to have around and stuff I want to put to use as soon as I can. I've started working on some Patreon-only content, so right now there's a video I just put up there with a little bit of behind-the-scenes footage, so if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. Otherwise, stay tuned here for more content soon.